So hopefully, should be able to get the audio of my desktop through also. So shouldn't need that on. So now if I do that. Turn this up so I can hear it. And then once I do this, turn this up so I can hear it. Perfect.
To get the recording started, and then I will just be a minute or so. I'm looking for something to talk about.
Yeah, cool.
All right.
Defend objective A.
Baptiste,
I'll just take the objective.
much better.
Okay, nice shots. Probably could be using.
But for now, we have a game. Oh, okay, let's go.
Every soldier needs a cause.
This should be interesting. Greetings.
So essentially, I've had a coaching session which tells me what I need to do. I'm not going to play to win. I'm literally just playing to improve. I.e., hopefully by improving, we should win because I play better. I don't need to try and make any sort of clutch plays.
Your end is within my reach.
Let's focus for Marcher here because there isn't really anyone else to go for. Focus on staying alive, need healing.
They can't get away with this.
4 on 5 right now, so we're at a disadvantage. A bit of ult charge, Junkrat coming off to the left. Yeah.
Hostiles have the lead. Get it back. Don't push me. I need healing. Fall in for healing.
I'll heal myself. Bit of a waste of healing there. Everyone's ulting apparently.
The robot's in enemy hands. Don't let them push it any further.
Unbelievable. What's up, Broy?
Not on ice yet.
Sick emoji like that. Yeah, not bad. Literally just trying to. In between games, I had a top 500 session with a coaching session with a previous top 500 player. So I'm just trying to utilize what he gave me into actual gameplay. So I'm not going to be trying to make any stupid clutch plays. Literally just trying to improve, get used to what I should be doing, so that I can just get better at the general mechanics to have more chance to win. I also have I've been playing around with my settings today, and I think I've hit the nail on the head of what works, because I've had people say that my aim's relatively okay, and I think it's my settings that allow me to do that, which are different than anywhere I've seen online suggest to have it. Fuck me.
I rubbed some dirt on it. Let's go. Setting up. Airspace clear.
Nice.
Never die. Push commence.
Pay attention or you'll wind up dead. Get out of my face. You can't beat me.
We might actually have a chance of winning this one. We're able to keep pushing like this. That would be mercy. Unlucky. This Junkrat just requires 0 skill.
Still got some fight in me.
So we're like 2 on 5 now, so everyone needs to really be pushing back.
Hands. We're
Yeah,
outnumbered.
just survive.
Stay sharp. Good choice.
Why are you chasing? Ooh. Unbelievable.
Not on ice yet. Should have kept your head down.
Also killed her on the way down.
They're moving the barricade.
Greetings.
They'll regret that.
Knocked out from the barricade.
30 seconds.
Saw the shots coming. I was in the air stupidly. Oh God.
They took the.
Not really much can be done about that. I feel like I did alright actually.
Play of
Yeah.
the game.
So, just before I actually queue a game, if you're watching, if you want to play a hit scan character especially, I would recommend these settings. If you're a dual zone player. I honestly think that these help quite a lot. If you did want me to bring them back up again, I can always show you another time. I feel like these are pretty good. But I do want to watch again the coaching session they had, so I'm just going to do that.
To get the recording started, and then I will just be a minute or so. I'm looking for something to talk about.
Yeah, cool.
All right.
Defend objective A.
I'll just take the objective.
Much better.
Okay, nice shots. Probably could be using Helix here to help finish off the Hog as well. So here we get him down pretty low. And we probably want to be helixing right around here because glance at his health bar. That is, I believe, yeah, that's low enough for your Helix to finish him off. Helix, just for your own reference, does 120 damage. So him being 64, Helix, if we had used that, would finish him off, not let him get away. So whenever we're helixing, we might talk more on this in the future, but a lot of the times Helix can be used really well as a finisher to burst their health down, and when we burst their health down, they don't have time. He doesn't have time to run around the corner, to use his health, to get away, escape, use tanking abilities, movement abilities, etc. Right? So bursting is always better because it secures the kill. So here, Helix can definitely just secure the kill on Hog instead of letting him get away. Sorry, I'm gonna turn down my sound real quick. Okay. Anytime we are walking somewhere and we're not actively shooting, we want to be sprinting. So here, so like, you know, even just like these tiny little instances where like, you know, Hog goes around the corner and we kind of like pause before we're sprinting. Okay, so there we sprint, and then here we see Hog, and then we're walking to the side, and then we kind of pause before sprinting, pause, and then we sprint. And then let's see, so I'm noticing that a little bit here. So basically just anytime you're not shooting and moving somewhere, you're sprinting, just we can do it faster. Let me see if I can find another instance of that.
No, yeah, it's definitely something I do. Just a quick question, and something that, I mean, you know, for the month and a half I've been playing, maybe I should have tried it, but can I sprint at a 90-degree angle? So could I sprint right without looking that direction, or does it have to be...
So it would, I believe it would cancel the sprint if you like were to press your A and D buttons. So if you're trying to walk sideways while sprinting, you can't walk sideways while sprinting.
Yeah, no, that's cool. So in that instance then, because in my head I was just trying to keep eyes on him, but realistically I should have just turned and sprint anyway.
Yeah, like if we're realistically, like we can just turn to the side, sprint over, and then we can turn back around if we're trying to keep eyes on the Hog. Maybe we could be taking high ground there, or potentially like if you saw that he's low, you could be pushing him, that sort of thing. You can be going over and trying to finish him off. Honestly, yeah. So I'll see if I can find more instances of it. I thought that was a better instance, but then it wasn't
Oh
as
no,
bad as
that's
it
fine. No,
was.
it's going to be all over the place. I know I do that all the time.
I'm sure in a minute I get absolutely ruined by this hog a couple of times.
Unnecessary heal there.
Go into
Yeah.
the audio settings.
The other thing is that if you
Quite a lot.
plan to heal up anyways, maybe we can come over right here and heal so that we can kind of be healing up as we're peaking and we kind of get to be out in the open longer. It's just less downtime and we get to also stay here for a longer duration of time while being healed.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, let me get hooked. So there, we die because we don't see him or hear him. So make sure we're keeping our eyes and ears open, watching our flanks, thinking through like, okay, well, where is the hog at? And then also keeping our ears open, which maybe we'll discuss more of as we go along, on audio awareness.
Sure.
Payload is Oscar Mike.
Hear me, the
Oh,
use the
all right. So
hog?
why don't we go over audio awareness real quick? Because that's now, over to
Right.
that's
Time to Cortex, we're back in the game.
Mind killing monsters. But go on. Keep
What the-
pushing me.
Follow my lead. I've been through more of these than I can count.
Vishka's actions here were disappointing. I still need answers for them.
This is actually what we put the sound to in the end.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing. Capture objective A.
Heels coming up.
God, I hate tracers.
Claiming the objective.
Much better.
Take this.
No. Thanks, Hannah.
Next up. Fields online.
Really? What, just for me? Right, 2 down, we need to be pushing now.
Still got some
Push, push,
fight.
push, push, push. We've had a support leave. What can you do with that?
I rubbed some dirt on it. Let's go. Bionic healing ready for use. I don't understand your generation. Pull it together. Let's get this done.
Ten seconds remaining.
Don't know why they came in like that. That's silly.
Objective A captured. Escort
Another free ult charge there. Oh, the ult's coming, pretty sure.
You always charge. Who needs healing?
Nice, get this moving. Try and get an off angle.
Shut your yap.
Needs to be more aware of my team.
That's better.
Thank you. Let's get this thing moving.
In my day, we'd have this payload delivered. Let's get you in my sights.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Okay. Say that Reinhardt's throwing a little bit here. That was a good round.
Score.
Much better. Paying attention.
Switching sides. Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
Well, let's hope they're swiftly dealt with.
So, sweet Edina has grown into a domineering beast.
My name is Orisa. You would be wise to remember it.
They're going to love this.
Five, four, three, two, one. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Let's get this done.
Fucking Widow in the back. So annoying on attack as well, especially.
Engaging.
Never leave a teammate behind.
What a shot.
Careful, there's more of them than us.
Fucking traces, man. It's a lost
Still
point.
got some fight in me. Come get me.
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
That's better.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
I've got you in my sights. Stand down. Try to repay the favor.
Lovely.
On my way.
No, just group up. Why does it keep saying that?
I've seen tougher spots. You're going home in a box. The rocket guy. I've got you in my sights. Now I'm aim where they're going, not where they are.
60 seconds remaining.
You won't be disappointed.
Traces. Oh, Sombra, even worse.
Come to my position.
If I'm still standing,
30
I'm still
seconds
fighting.
remaining.
Victory grows ever further from their reach.
I don't understand.
Just soldier left, come on. Yes. Much better. Thank God for that. What a game.
Play of the game.
Annoyingly, even though he left them and give him an endorsement.
Return to the earth.
Nice. Alright, let's get back to learning.
Twice now, the hog gets us. And in both of these cases, the primary thing, not the only thing, the primary thing that gets us killed is the fact that we don't know that he's there. Like it's just a surprise, right? Like there's not really much we can do because we can't dodge him, we can't run away, we can't do really anything just because he drops on us and we didn't know that he was coming. Right? So that's the problem. It's awareness, it's paying attention to our surroundings. And the primary way we could have paid attention was through our ears and listening. So let's go over to audio settings real quick. Firstly, I'd recommend turning volume up, right? It's very subjective because everyone has different system sounds, but you should be able to hear everyone well enough. So I just make sure that it's loud enough. Then besides that, music, I'd recommend turning off or down just because that can clutter with your audio and add in extra noise. Then besides that, you want to make sure that you have, now on this one, I'm unsure if they have this on console or not, because I think at one point they didn't, but I'm not sure if they added it for Overwatch 2. But check your own headset and make sure that you have surround sound enabled. And if you do not have surround sound as an option at all with your headset, then you can go in-game to device to spatial audio, where it says system settings here, and turn on Dolby Atmos for headphones, which is basically the in-game option for surround sound, which will give you sound that surrounds you rather than being stereo, or sorry, rather than being mono-directional, where it's just like kind of every sound is coming from one direction. Then, besides that, another thing that can be handy that doesn't directly pertain to the hog killing us would be play sound when enemy eliminated and when teammate are eliminated. This is basically like an audio, and you can turn these on. This is basically an audio version of the kill feed. It will give you ping sounds as people die. They will differ in pitch depending on how many are dead and if it's a teammate or enemy died.
Sure, cool. I had the volume. I just had everything at the default, which is all at 100%. So
Yeah.
it'll probably help me quite a lot.
Yeah, so I mean, you might be able to keep master there. I might, once again, I might lower music a hair. Then besides that, you could have all those settings be perfect and still have bad audio awareness if you're not actually listening and paying attention. So part of having good audio awareness is making sure you're actively listening for footsteps and gunshots and abilities and ultimates, particularly Roadhog's footsteps here because he's big and clunky. He goes boof, 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 boof as he's walking around. So we want to make sure that we're actively listening and paying attention for it. And especially if this seems to be a repetitive issue, maybe something to focus on, which will go more into the application focusing later on.
Sure.
Payload is in our care.
This ends now.
Okay. So once they start using ultimates like Kitsune Rush, we probably want to start just backing up. So walked back into a already lost fight essentially. So point.
Live scene.
Every soldier needs a cause.
They have this coming, so let's give it to them.
We've got the Kiriko running hog, which is nice. I'm not sure about the Hanzo, but Hanzo's as good as the person behind it. It could be useless, could be good. So there's not many like straight sight lines on this map, so I'm not too sure, but they're playing better than I do, no doubt.
Another day, another mission. Man, I'm so excited.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing. Escort.
That's a little shield. Fuck me, he's coming for me.
Setting up.
Nice.
Thanks. I've got meds. Who needs them?
Idiot.
I rubbed some dirt on it. Let's go. Biotics deployed.
Hunter's doing good damage, good kills for us.
I'm here.
Heals coming up.
Nice, that's probably good.
Oh, they're dead. But I guess not.
You can't beat them. Impersonate somebody else.
The payload has
That
reached
warms
its
the
objective.
bones. Pay attention or you'll wind up dead. Aim where they're going, not where they are. Enemy turret destroyed.
That's worth it, I'd say. I'll take it. Should get a push out of this, surely.
Still got some fight in me. Enemy turret ahead. If I'm still standing, I'm still fighting. Reminds me of that time in Jakarta.
Score 1-0. Switching sides. Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
Every soldier needs a cause. Safety's off. It's a cruel world out there.
Never seem to hit that jump after that little drop.
On my way.
Everything's online. Functionality looks good. One last diagnostics check couldn't hurt.
Everyone's just gonna die there.
Fall back.
Hey, it's
5,
about to get real.
4, 3,
About to get
2,
real.
1.
Get real.
Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
Enemies back up.
Biotics deployed. Watch your back,
Double
kid.
Catch these healing waves.
They can't get away with this. We're outnumbered. Stay sharp. Fields online.
Activating self-destruct sequence.
I need healing. Come get me. I'll try to repay the favor.
It's go time. Let's get back to basics.
Victory is in sight. Don't get cocky.
somebody else. Much better.
Oh, let's break it. Damn!
Now I'm getting still got some fight in me.
10 seconds remaining.
Keep your heads down. We've almost got this. You're going home in a box. Pay attention or you'll wind up dead.
Nice. It's another good round.
Play of the game.
Let's get back to this.
Or even like this point back here. Let's like glance at this, right? Moira dies. We're going to now go over how do you tell whether or not you've won or lost a fight. This is handy info to know because it will dictate a lot of your gameplay and when do we push in, when do we back out. Primarily, the primary way, not the only way, this is the basics of it, is to make sure that while you're going through that you are watching kill feed. And kill feed's top right corner of your screen. They'll tell you when you're up and down people, and when you are up 1 to 2, or up or down, right? So if you're up people or down people, up or down 1 to 2 people, that is an advantage or a disadvantage, in which case you play more aggressive or more passive. When you are up or down 2 to 3 people, that in that case, that's going to be a won or lost fight, in which case you get extra aggressive if you've won. If you've lost, you get out if you can, and if you can't, you let them kill you. That way you don't stagger yourself. And you also don't want to use ultimates in won or lost fights. So here, this is an example where this is a lost fight. They are up currently by 2 people, and they're also using ultimates, and therefore we just want to be regrouping. Go in and let them kill us as soon as possible so that we're not staggering ourselves, which is me.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm so terrible. I know that I'm a hungry person at the moment, and I put myself in so many bad situations. So my deaths are always the highest deaths on the team for sure. In every situation. So apologies. What was your question?
for what is staggering. Staggering just is anytime you're dying late. And then dying late is now you come back to spawn, your teammates are all ahead of you, they have two choices. Either they can go in without you, in which case now they're at a disadvantage, or they can start a stagger train where one person goes in and then they die, and then the next person goes in and they die, and then two people go in and then they die. And that is also really, really bad. And then the last option is like if they just wait for you, and then you've just wasted time.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
So why don't we can get back here? Definitely, probably just wanted to be backing out way sooner here.
And also turning around and sprinting rather than keeping eyes on. Yeah.
Exactly. That's number 3, right? All right. So why don't we talk about survivability real quick? Because you said that you usually tend to struggle to stay alive in your games, and then this is now death 4 in 3 minutes. So let's discuss survivability real quick. So let's say we keep up the same death rate. Let's say we die at a similar pacing. Let's just, for simplicity's sake, this is a little bit over a 1 a minute death, but let's just say that it's once a minute we die, right? Let's take out for this game, this is a competitive game, I would assume, from it being 20 minutes long. So let's take out the in-between rounds. Let's just say it's like a 21 minute game, right? 21 minutes. I would sure hope that you don't have 21 deaths. So let's be a little bit lenient. Let's go even lower. Let's be on the give you the benefit of the doubt. Let's say you had 18 deaths this game. Right, just keeping up with that same pacing, giving you the benefit of the doubt as well. So 18 deaths for this game. Each death that you have, everyone knows that deaths are bad, but sometimes they don't know how bad it really is. It's actually worse than usually people actually think they are. Every time you die, it is 10 seconds of respawning, but then also 10 seconds of walking back from spawn. So that's about 20 seconds per death. So if we do that quick math, that's 18 times 20, right? And then divide by 60 would mean that we are dead for an entire 6 minutes of the game. Right? Which is a lot of time to be dead for. That is in this game. Let's do a quick 22 divided by 6. That means we'd be dead for around like 3.6 out of 6. No, what am I doing there? That doesn't math right. But we're dead for basically a third of the game or a fourth of the game, right? Which is a lot of time to be dead for. That's in that time you could probably be getting maybe like 3 visors off. You could be getting a lot of kills, a lot of or a lot of damage in there, winning a lot of fights. And then the other thing to keep in mind is that it's not just a lack of value when you die, it is also negative value when you die. Because now that you die, that is your impact on losing that fight. You waste time for your team, you put your team at a disadvantage. That's now meaning that you are unable to get value. You're not going to be able to carry your team. So if you're trying to climb, you're never going to be able to climb if you're not able to carry your teammates. So all in all, deaths are really, really bad. Right? All makes sense.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yep. So now that we've established that deaths are bad, how do we fix it? Right? What do we do? Well, this is kind of the process. Deaths are usually an easy way to explain this, but this is the process of really.
Every soldier needs a cause. Safety's off. It's a cruel world out there.
Greetings.
Capture the objective.
Let's move out.
I fucking hate tracers so much. I'm gonna have to not pick Soldroid this one.
I claim the objective. I've had the objective. Anyone else come? I have arrived.
Yeah, that's good healing in there.
Death walks again. It's not always gonna be a top hit.
Anna, heal me! Anna, will you fucking heal me? Are you joking? What's your fucking problem?
With you.
Unbelievable. Fuck me.
More shotguns this time.
I have opened the bar.
Objectives in my hands. Death stops for no one. The shadows.
Best round lost. Buy or more. Score 0-1.
Dead weight gets left behind.
Every soldier
hate to work
needs
on
a
vacation.
cause.
4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
Feeling spry. Thanks, Doc. Who needs healing? Taking the point. Watch my six. If I'm still standing, I'm still fighting. Join me. Come get healed. Still got some fight in me.
Play of the game.
I'm gonna watch that back. Anna, heal me. Anna, will you fucking heal me? Are you joking? Unbelievable. That's the worst support player I've ever seen in my entire life. How do I just get to America? That's so painful. Right, okay. Well, whilst we're loading.
Really fixing any mistake. So it's just the self-improvement process. But what you want to do is you want to think about, right as you die, right? So you have like 20 seconds as you respawn. Right, think about the question. Okay, well, what was the mistake? Well, the mistake is that we died. what was the issue within the mistake? Okay, well, thinking about like why did we die, right? What was the reason for which we died? So what would you say are some common reasons why people die?
Not being sort of aware of where the team are, like often finding, like personally, I always find myself in 2v1s, which makes it incredibly difficult. I'm also often probably too far forward and not being behind the tank, so like when a Roadhog is going to hook, I'm the first target. But yeah, just not playing, like, I'm very much playing a Rambo game type right now. I'm not really paying attention to what my team are doing. I'm trying to have solo impact without being aware that actually contributing to the team is more of an impact than actually just shooting at people randomly.
Yeah, exactly. So to simplify some things you said there's over-aggression going too far forwards. There's maybe taking your duels wrong or a lack of awareness, as we've seen 3 deaths due to lack of audio awareness, right? There is poor positioning, such as being out in the open. There is a misuse of abilities, such as not healing when you need it or not sprinting away when you could have. And then, maybe there's also a bit of like movement sometimes, like if you're standing still. But those are usually the common ones. And they come in like, big categories. And you want to look to identify, okay, well, why did I die there? What could I have done differently? And that's now moving on to like the solution, the application of, what could you have done instead? Usually that's the vice versa. So if you are dying because you're not being aware, well, being aware then therefore helps you not die. If you are dying because you're out in the open, then therefore using cover, the adverse to that, would help you stay alive. And then application, why don't we go over application real quick? You put these things that we're talking about into practice, pretty much the same way you'd work on anything, and that is that while you're playing, you want to make sure that you're actively focusing on the thing you're trying to work on. That means not autopiloting, not just playing to play, and contrary to popular belief, not purely playing to win, because then you just end up stagnating, whereas when you play to improve, you end up going places and winning more. Then what that actually looks like within your gameplay is you're going to pick something out. So let's say, for example, you pick out survivability, right, as the main thing to work on, and you are going to think to yourself, staying alive, right, survivability, but you're going to constantly give yourself a stream of reminders to think through survivability, awareness, right, giving yourself that stream of reminders means that you're probably going to be thinking about it much more often, and when you're thinking about it much more often, you're probably going to
We're in a game. No, Junker Queen. The Junker Queen and a Brig.
Every soldier needs a cause.
It's like Rhino always says. The best solution to every problem is a very large hat.
Round 1. Capture the objective.
Let's go smash some heads. I have located.
Biotics deployed.
Seems to have worked.
Just like old times.
follow the junk, although I shouldn't really.
Tango spotted. Don't push me with my back to the wall. Powered up. Can't save you every time. Not good enough. Biotics deployed. Much better. I've got you in my sights.
Team kill.
Now I'm getting up. Talon's plans foiled.
Team kill. Best round 1.
Much better.
Score 1-0.
Vigilantes have no place in the world we're building.
And Vishkar has no place in mine. Just another day in the office.
Over here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
Constructing my teleport.
Win here, we can go home. I've got meds. Who needs them?
Double kill. Triple kill.
Multiple casualties.
Team kill.
Just for a moment.
There they are.
Thank you.
Not on ice yet.
We're outnumbered. Careful.
You're going home in a box.
Fucking choices. Oh, I hate them so much.
Redeploying. I've seen tougher spots.
Play of the game.
Oh. Just ice water now.
Going to stay alive a bit more, and that will make your survivability better. When your survivability is better, then that means that you're going to be able to. It's basically just going to form as a habit if you do it long enough. If you work on it for a long enough period of time, it'll form it as a habit. Then after you formed it as a habit, then it just kind of comes naturally. You don't really need to think about it as much, and then you can move on to something else to work on. Final thing is, don't try to do everything all at the same time. We're going to talk about a lot of different stuff. Instead, focus on one category of things or 1 to 3 smaller things within a category. So that's really my recommendation there, is just focus while you're playing. All makes sense?
Absolutely.
All right.
We'll go off on a Rambo adventure again.
Which Soldier is pretty flanky as a character. You don't need to. Soldier's pretty flanky as a character. You don't always need to be sticking with your team. Just want to be careful. Like, for example, here, noting, okay, this is Soldier, and he has a damage boost, which means that who's with him?
A Mercy.
So make sure that you're not taking duel, and this goes into what you were saying before. Make sure you're not taking duels that you know you're at a disadvantage in. So that means that if it's a 2v1, that's a disadvantage. If you're low health, that's a disadvantage. If you don't have any abilities, if let's say they get the jump on you, those are all disadvantages. But you do take duels where you're either neutral or you have the advantage. So you try to force duels where you have the advantage, and then you try to run away from duels that you have a disadvantage in. Here, maybe we could try this if we... Probably you wanted a Helix first. We'll maybe go over more Helix stuff in a minute. But maybe we could try to burst him down a Helix, but Helix comes a bit late and then we miss it. It was the issue. And that could have maybe bursted him down. We also drop our health pack and then walk out of it. Unfortunately there. And then also he runs up behind us and he drops and runs around, and we hear him we walk back in this room. And then he's probably just going to shred us, I would imagine. So probably just wanted to keep running. Just run.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so really quickly, let's back up and do this, right? So at this point, it's
Yeah, for some reason during the videos, his mic cuts out every now and then. I don't know why that is. No idea.
in here is just be really careful about that. Then the other thing is while you're ulting, don't be afraid to still Helix, as that can add in even more burst damage than your ultimate can provide. So like, you know, look into Helix too when soldiers low here. Also looking to go for headshots in your ultimate is another thing. Since that allow you to do extra damage. Yep, and then they end up just rezzing it, and then it looks like you're about to die here. Yep.
Yeah.
So once again, like, why are we dying? Okay, well, she hops up here right next to you, and it didn't seem that we really noticed her. She gets a shot off on her. Probably should just be like running and jumping out the window at the moment, but we kind of curve off to the right hand side. So just once again, instead of disengaging and running away, we're kind of staying in the duel that we're at a disadvantage in. Okay, that's once again another death. Noting that ultimate firstly came at kind of outside of the fight, which usually the best place for your ultimates is going to be at the start of the fight. So start of fight is best time for ultimate. Mid fight is okay. You know, it's usually pretty, you know, it's decent. It kind of depends a little bit. Late fight is very...
And we have another game, possibly the last, so let's see. Fuck me, it's 3 of them there. When does that ever happen? What is Reinhardt doing? Tearing shit up, apparently. Fair enough. If I hit any shots? Wow. I'm doing terrible. Oh, it's out. Kills. Or are they not? I'm on the wrong screen. Fucking idiot. There we go. You can actually see me play. Fucking hell. What a doofus.
They're pushing the barricade.
Thank you.
We've taken the robot! Thank you.
I hate Sombras and Traces.
Still got some fight in me.
Eject the robot!
Oh, why now?
Group up with me.
Come to my position.
I don't understand your generation.
Move out.
I've got you in my sights.
Idiot move. I'm just getting complacent. I'm just like, oh, fuck it, there might be some people around here. Let's, oh, I need to actually try and win. There's 5 there. Play better. Come on. Improve, not win.
Careful, there's more of them than us.
Oh. Let's do this differently.
We need to put a stop to their push.
From imperfection, we build a new world.
Helping you out.
Behold my creation. Now go get it. Adjusting surface.
Turns out that you don't get fucking your ammo back when you shoot the ice barriers. Wasn't aware of that.
New revelations have come to light.
They're good.
This robot's all mine. Let's move.
lose focus. Constructing my teleporter.
Oh, come on! We let them take the robot! Get in there!
Positioning turret. Adjusting turret placement. Under my protection. The way is still open for me. I have opened the bar. Aligning sentry position. That is a decent position. Sentry in position. Barricades moving.
Forward spawn active.
Teleporter taking shape.
That's a lot of healing she got.
30 seconds remaining.
New revelations have come to light. Adjusting turret placement.
10 seconds remaining.
Register after service.
Forward spawn.
Last chance to win this. Get through.
Brig had the fucking cheek to say trash DPS. But that's me off anyway, people. Goodbye.